chalice. Peep this, I'm piecing together this sequence for half of rappers that can rap but don't know where the beat is. The other half can find a beat but don't rap with a meaning. Give him a brother doing both, bet he's never defeated. Maybe people will fall in line and just follow the leader. I make music that leads the leaders that's trying to free you. I make beauty with this Elises, it bleed through the speaker. I got people working on management, handling features. Imagine telling your mama that you made it off rap, and for everything that you was given, you giving her back. I mean, granted it hasn't happened, I'm pushing for that, but until that moment, I'm patiently pushing the crack.
Welcome to SongTellers, where singers and songwriters share the story behind their songs and perform them live. Today's guest is Pierce Washington, Dallas-based artist known for his poetic lyricism and a cadence that stays behind the pocket, creating a tension that keeps listeners hooked. His unique blend of hip-hop, neo-soul, and genuine storytelling shines in his latest album, Remedies, which features introspection and nostalgia in every track. On stage, his magnetic presence and deeply personal lyricism make him a true force in music today. This is Pierce Washington.
Yeah.
No idea, you know?
Absolutely.
That'd be crazy.
Very.
All right, man. So I listened to your Remedies album.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
Thanks.
So,
Thank you so much.
I want to cover any one of those that you want to start with, but I mean,
yeah.
Is there any one off there that you want to start with?
We can start with questions.
Questions.
Questions was a very interesting one. It's a very fun one. I think, disclaimer, like everything was written, produced, recorded over the span of maybe 5-6 days.
That's crazy. The whole album.
Whole thing.
That's crazy.
There was actually 4 different iterations of it. So over 2 weeks, we had 3 volumes of the Remedies. Questions, very interesting. I wrote that one at work. I got the sample from Burm randomly in the day. And I think, the original was just, it was this. And we just kind of kept going with this sound here. And we continued to loop this part. And it's like, okay, there's a groove here. It's a fun groove, but at the same time, it's just doing this. We need rising action, but it's a story. We need rising action, falling action. We need a climax. We need a bridge. We need something. So with that, it's like, okay, well, how do we flip that on its head? Right. So from there, I think I grabbed a piece of that, which ended up being this right here. Where are we at? Right here. And it stayed there. Nice. So this was like at the end.
Oh, just looping it. Yeah.
And just, so now we have 2 sections.
Right.
Because this was just how the song ended. And it was like, man, okay, we have rising action now. Nice. And with that rising action, we were just able to come up with these pockets. And I think he sent me the sample and he was like, all right, yeah, this is like a really cool sample. It should be fun. And I think for me, it was like, let me send him back something that he just wasn't expecting, you know? So I started it off with his same sample. And his sample was great. We kept it going. But as soon as I could, I flipped it. And there was no metronome or anything for this. So this all had to be just by ear. So with a quick one, check. There we go. Yeah. All right. Flip it. Check. And loop down. In the valley of the shadow with steppers, I give you what you want. So what you asking? Shawty looking good and she taxing like where the hell your ass been? I'm on the move. And if you aware of her talent, you don't want the answer. So what you asking? Jay. Alright. What you asking? Jay. Jezebel whipping niggas with a passion, She like cash and relations in the mansion. Her ex can't stand it, cause he was in the mix before her body was slamming. He was in the picture before they wanted to smash it or toe tag it. Fear missing out on ass, leave a closed casket. Fear missing out on cash, keep my soul active. I'm an activist, a passionate assassin, but in the valley of the shadow of steppers, I give you what you want. So what you asking, Jay? So what you asking, Jay? Alright, yeah. In the valley of the shadow of steppers, I give you what you want. So what you asking, Jay? Alright. So what you asking, Jay? Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The sharper the blade, the easier cutting them loose. Seen good people with bad bitches, ain't know what to do. Same bad bitches with broke people, ain't know how to do. Same intentions of woke niggas, now they clowning you. Take a seat and see what that power do. People playing bashful like she never cut them loose. Plus she plotting on his pockets, hoping she could get a few. See both sides, the mirror asking who the fuck is who. Tragic, pray for the tricks that's cutting checks in Magic City. Robbing Peter to pay a biddy. Fuck it if you witty, shorty gonna relax and stack your skrilly. In the valley of the shadow of steppers, I'll give you what you want. Stop. Now what you asking?
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the show. If you're loving the music and the stories behind the songs, please take a second to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us grow and bring on new amazing artists. All right, back to the show.
And then we move on. Like, it's the folly, right? I think that was the biggest point in all of this, right? A lot of the skits, the people talking, these are voicemails I got from friends. Okay. Literally within the 5 days.
I was curious. I didn't know if this was, I heard this, I was like, is this sampled or is this from something from a movie? I was
my
hearing.
friend, so, yeah. And this was the funniest thing ever for me throughout all of these. Every single skit was a friend that called me and I answered and didn't say anything. So they're calling me frantically like, oh, these are things that are going on. I didn't say anything, but I was in the middle of recording and so I just nice. Put it right. And it just so happened that I got 4 or 5 different voicemails, like that's people crazy. Calling because I was just so buried in the studio. I wasn't going out to social events, any of that. So it was just like, man. But yeah, when we were going through track listing and we decided to just kind of take the best from all of the different takes, I think that live TV was, I don't know, to me it felt like there were no surprises. It was your classic hip hop. It was,
but the vibe is just so
yeah,
good.
It's a groove. So it's there, it sits. And I'm like, man, I felt that the whole time making it. Burm was just so for it. He loved it. He was like, yes, this is absolutely the one. And I think once we got feedback from just very respected parties, like great pillars in like independent hip hop. So it's like, okay, yeah, let's hear what they have to say. And they came back with kind of, The first 2 songs in their mind was like, it's not grabbing me. It's classic, but it's not grabbing me. But everything else after that is just, it's grabbing me. So like, I think for the most part, it was like, okay, let's just kind of see where this goes.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Let's see where this goes. Nice. So yeah, this is like, I think this was fun because any folly, adding extra kicks, that's all just like me adding post-production. Right. My favorite thing about this is like the subtle applause. That's just in the back. It's just kind of there, just showers. Ever so often. How is it placed? at complete random.
Nice. And what track is this? Like, we're like, how much of this is sample track, and where's it from? 'Cause it's dope.
So this is a track called Win or Lose. I do not remember who made it.
It's good, man.
I know, like, man, it had so many different spots in it that were just pure gold.
Yeah.
So where it was like, man, we can turn this into a two-parter. It makes so much sense.
Right.
And it's enough going on to where it can stand on its own.
Yeah.
I don't have to really add extra bass or anything.
Right.
But I could add like the foley, the little chimes that come in,
right.
the applause, adding extra vocal at the end. And it's just been, it was cool. The stop and go, taking little parts out. So I think that for me was the most fun I could have with this track. It was like, man, and it was just going. So I think, yeah, this one was fun. This was a great one. I think I just kind of, as far as the writing process went for this, just kind of did it.
Take it away, man. Do it. I want to hear it.
Check. 1, 2. Backgrounds in here. Check. Is it, hey, say what's the word? Alright, say what's the word? There it is. Check. Say what's the word? Check. Say what's the word? Check. We out here looking for the pesticides. The execution will be televised. Still I rise, it's something in Auntie Angie eyes. Breaking ties, we taking over the enterprise. Check. We out here looking for the pesticides. The revolution is incentivized. Still I rise, it's something in Auntie Angie eyes. Check. With every step I take, I'm moving towards the light of heaven's gate. People scared of it. They rather slow dance in the dark with devils. 12 will fly on tattered wing before I take my loafer off the pedal. I keep the loafer and I from Geppetto, rocking heavy metal, trophy pendant, loaded barrel. Been taking liquor neat to keep it sterile. Texas baby, I can take the heat while people moving sick and feral. I'm familiar with the thick of it and love the handles. Palo in my candles, breaking off the leech and vandal. I'm in my zone, don't wanna talk, don't want no Tevin Campbell conversation. Unless you knew my name before you thought I'd make it. And if you didn't, then I must review your application. Clock and balance, ain't backing down from a challenge, love. Gotta add it for acting the ass on waxing again after I perform. All the madness and checks is adding up. We staying active, you people ain't want it bad enough. Look, we out here looking for the pesticides. The execution will be televised. Still I rise, it's something in Auntie Angie eyes. Cutting ties, we taking over the enterprise. Look, we out here looking for the pesticides. The revolution is incentivized. Get a prize for doing shit like them other guys. Check, hell nah. Check, 1, say what's the word? Check, nice. Say what's the, look. Me and my people 4 deep in the golden bucket with an attitude on promise we not the people to fuck with. So watch your step. I got 30 on any line that we finna press. Run up early, flip it to 9, call it good investment. My people heavy equipped, so we good for the testing. Got them sending they best in. Them brothers crazy, sucking my word. Check. Smooth as the Jerry curl, please. The revolution is incentivized. The execution will be televised. Check. Man, I think with this one, it's the same sample. Every single one. Same sample, just flipping and stretching and man, I just
I mean I get what your mentors or friends were saying. Saying, okay, maybe it's repetitive, but I did not. Dude, it does not. It's a loop that, again, like you said, your classic hip hop loop that's just going on, and you're just flowing over it, and it works, man. It works.
I think for the most part, man, how the songs came about, I just think like B+A came from Burm trying to put an emoji in a file name. And it was, he was trying to do BNA with a plain emoji to DAL.
Oh,
right?
gotcha. Yeah.
And that would be cool. But the emoji, for whatever reason, just truly screwed up how it looked. And it came in, it's like B with the lowercase t, then A, and then like DAL in a very weird way.
Right.
And at that point, it was like, oh, okay, BTA, is that what you meant to? He was explaining. I was like, let's keep it B plus A.
There you go.
Why?
Yeah.
Like A plus B, cool, but backwards, who knows?
There you go.
And at the time, it didn't really need a name, because that one was just pure, I am rapping and this is what it is, and this is what we're doing. Like, it is fast. I think that was one of the ones I had to have the metronome on to keep time, because I'm hitting a very tight pocket, and it gets difficult at times to like keep up with that when you're just, it's a lot of words. Right. When I actually did this album in its entirety with Burm in Nashville, we started off by just silence, dark stage, and we went here.
Yeah, hey. Immaculate energy, strapped with a chopper for infiltrating the enemy.
Just acapella, just
chopping up
sat.
granny collars for pimping the industry, chopping the beat up.
They're just kind of looking like, is someone, what's going on? Like, they're leaving the bar and it's dark. And then Burm is just like, oh, y'all ready? All of this stuff. And then cicadas are playing. They're like, what is even happening? And then the music comes in, you know what I'm saying? So I think finding ways to redo it, keep it going, it was really cool. But yeah, no, without further ado, we get into it. I just have to.
That's good, man.
Jay, look, turn this shit up in your speaker. Pay respect to the speaker of the house, from the front row pits to the back of the bleachers. Give us a moment before we seat you. Okay, give us a moment so we can meet you. Okay, give us a moment so we can greet you. Okay, give us a moment before we release. Check, look. Immaculate energy, strapped with a chopper for infiltrating the energy, chopping up granny collars for pimping the industry, chopping the beat up proper and sell it for 10 a key. Is you feeling me yet? I speak in riddles with Peter Piper, security, yes. How does them peppers he picked to define his legacy bet? She never thought that we would take it this far. Let me in and left the kiddies on the seat of a car, seat of her pants. Reason that she can cheat on her mans is easy as saying it. Seem to me she embarrassed. Come holler your hair, something a nigga can't help but bury inside of the bed. And sorry I'm arrogant, word to my heritage. Cockiness a trait I inherited. Shelly and buried away, breaking the barriers, surfacing areas, rapping like the one who could carry us to an extra bit of bread. It's imperative till I earn with it. And if I die before this album drop, let the children listen to the whole spectrum. On one side is us, the other side is thick carrot top. On some shit the old heads just wouldn't care about. And if I die before this album drop, fuck that martyr shit, the dead could really rest without. Just take my word and spread it out. Make sure these other rappers see that there's a better route to take, whether you scared or not. And if I die before this album drop, I'm in the stool, they looking at me like you better not. You gotta reap the shit you sought and have them from the D to Cashville talking about your art. Brother, just play your part. And if I die before this album start, check, yeah.
That's so good, dude.
Man, I think
that was dope.
God, I
So
love
good.
that one just cause like
That's good, man.
that was just, and another call. A friend talking about finding like a blunt in his dresser. Yeah. I was
He's like, I don't know how long it's been out here. If I die, if I die,
and
whatever.
it was perfect
It'd be a good
because
day.
I
Yeah,
just
and
wrote
the lyric,
that.
the lyric of the song, "If I Die," it's great, dude.
It's like
Yeah, the lyric is he's saying, if I found this blunt, it's been here for 2 weeks. If I
don't know where it came
I don't know where it
from.
came from.
Exactly.
How we got here?
If I die, it's a good way to
If I
die.
die, just know it was doing something I love. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was a sign off.
Let's do, you want to do another one? Let's finish it out with another one?
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what we got. Honestly, let's end it with Remedy.
The piano, the keys on there are great.
Man, that one was fun because I think that might have been the least touched sample because it just kind of felt the best. It felt like, oh my God, this is it.
Yeah.
And that whole thing was one take.
So are you thinking theme, or are you thinking just off the cuff with this one? Like, what was the idea behind the lyric here?
So this was like almost like a diary entry. It was extremely personal. I think Remedy, that might have been the only song in the past. I'd say Remedy and I have another song called Bills. Bills is extremely emotional. And Remedy was emotional, but unlike Bills, it's like emotion and you're going deeper into the abyss.
Right. Not the good kind.
Remedy is we're learning about self and coming out of the abyss. And that's why it's more like almost a triumphant feel towards the end.
Yeah, it's got that vibe.
Yeah. So I think for the most part, that was my biggest thing. You know, I wanted it to have that. I wanted it to have that feel.
And are you thinking of a specific part a set part of your life that you're coming out of?
Yeah. So I think in order for me to create an album, a body of work that is something that I'm just truly, truly thinking so hard about and trying to, finish and really go in a certain direction with it. I need to live life in order to tell stories. The stories have to come to an end for me to fully tell them, because I don't think I'm doing my job in telling the story if I haven't even finished it.
So you need the closure.
I need the closure.
Right.
So I can, because I do want to give that
a message.
A message and something to take away from it.
Right.
You know, at the end of it, I feel like I had a lot of songs that were like, hey, this is like sad all the time. This is sad, and hey, we need to I don't know what we need to do, but this is sad and it continues to be sad. So I just really wanted to get to a point where it was like, hey, it's sad here, but it eventually gets to a point where, okay, did you learn a lesson?
Right.
Is there something
to take out from this? Right.
Yes. Yeah. Is there something good that comes from this? Like I said, this was more one of the ones people talk about, oh, I wrote this in a dark room, and then yeah, absolutely. Just complete silence. So yeah, Che. Lately I've been moving at a different pace. Like nowadays I meditate instead of contemplate. Been on a plane so long she barely even know I'm gone. On a one-way trip to any other place but home. My monogamy was probably my saving grace, but when it's forced to be the source of plenty people hate. With marriage ending in divorces at alarming rates, you find the difference in saving futures and saving face. Wait, I don't think that Jody understand. It's quite simple, converting from baby boy into a man. And I can't blame him for having that pistol in his hands, cause when shit get grittier than Sahara sands, do what you can, and be the man. Cause when it hit the fan, just know that blood is on your hands. Responsibility and pride could do an ugly dance, but effortless, they help you slide into their favorite jam. 2 left feet and ugly stance. Throughout my teens, I was elevated to wiser man. A smoker facing a lighter jam, it's out the plan. Just trying to stack, we was moving packs like Joanna man, and stashed the dope inside moving vans, wrapped in saran. That was before I saw the light inside acoustic bands. That was before I chopped the keys and started gaining fans.
plans. That was before I saw the power in a written plan. Invest the wealth into yourself until you change the land. Sucker punch, roll it, let it go, and like the double dutch, suck it up. Pain is just a rep to get your muscle up. Lift your cup, wanna raise a toast to those who feeling stuck. Keep on hanging tough and turn your speakers up. Just understand the sucker punch. Roll it, let it go, and like the double dutch, suck it up. Pain is just a rep to get that muscle up. Lift your cup, wanna raise a toast to those who feeling stuck. Keep on hanging tough and turn your speakers up. Just understand, just understand. As I go, as I go, said I go, she be chasing me as I go, say I go. It's high lows, take 'em out the streets and find gold, find gold, shit, I know, she be chasing, is love, said I go, look, I'm a king, how you feel about it? Like Martin Luther versus Malcolm, I'm keeping the balance. I treat my humble abode like a beautiful palace, and sip out of Target glasses and call it a chalice. Peep this, I'm piecing together this sequence for half of rappers that can rap but don't know where the beat is. The other half can find a beat but don't rap with a meaning. Give him a brother doing both, bet he's never defeated. Maybe people will fall in line and just follow the leader. I make music that leads the leaders that's trying to free you. I make beauty with this Alesis, it bleed through the speaker. I got people working on management, handling features. Imagine telling your mama that you made it off rap, and for everything that you was given, you giving her back. I mean, granted it hasn't happened, I'm pushing for that, but until that moment, I'm patiently pushing the crack. I'm talking content, support the family. I promise to feed the children with music before the Grammy. Shit, I don't need it, y'all can keep it. Don't need the validation, get validated throughout the nation without your placement. Long as the message gets to the masses, I'm busting brackets. Throughout the heat of a dark storm, they couldn't stand it. Underdog that had to follow his heart off the silk and the wood grain with the push button to start P. That's how it was supposed to end.
That was dope, dude.
That's how it was supposed to end. And that was another voicemail. That came in randomly. He was feeling it. He was screaming. I sent him this song. He was screaming.
Oh yeah.
He was like, I'm sick of the debates, just going crazy. And it was like, man, this is energy.
After having listened to this song?
Yeah. And I was like, hey, would it be cool if I just slapped this right at the end of that song? Like faded the vocal out and just slap it at the end. Interrupt what I'm saying. Forget what I'm saying. Like, go for it.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, what? Yeah, like, this is great. So, yeah, man, I think everything was just so organic. It just fell into each other. Like, everything fell into each other and it worked. And the ones that were a true testament of that were the ones that made the project. So
I appreciate you coming here, man. That last verse is so good.
Man, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, man. That was awesome.
Man, I appreciate you. Absolutely, man.